Devil's Claw root. History. Devil's Claw is indigenous to South Africa and is named for the barbs on the fruit that stick to animal claws. Devil's Claw is used to treat indigestion as a laxative, blood irregularities, fever reduction, and labor pains. It is also used to treat wounds, swelling, boils. Devil's Claw has been found to be especially effective in the treatment of arthritis. Medicinal usage. Devil's Claw's root is used to treat muscle pains, including arthritis, gout, back and chest pains, and myalgia. It has anti-inflammatory, pain-relieving properties, stimulates appetite, relieves muscle pain, and enhances mobility for people with either arthritis or muscle injuries. Side effects. Not recommended for those with an ulcer. High doses would interfere with blood pressure, heart, and diabetes medication. Dong Quai. History. Dong Quai is used as a blood tonic to improve circulation and treat rheumatic disorders. It also helps with disorders such as osteoporosis, infertility, hot flashes, menopause, leukemia, and other cancers. Sometimes referred to as female ginseng, because it treats many problems specific to women, including a lack of sexual desire, symptoms, menopause, cramps, menstrual syndrome, and is widely used as an aphrodisiac by both men and women. Dong Quai is one of the most widely consumed herbs in China to strengthen most of all the major organs, including heart, lungs, spleen, liver, kidney, meridians. It also works as a blood tonic and a treatment for sciatica, shingles. Medicinal uses. Dong Quai promotes cardiovascular health. It is anti-inflammatory. It's used to reduce headaches and nerve pain. It is also used for blood conditions. It is a remedy for menstrual disorders and bleeding in the uterus. It helps relieve dryness, hot flashes, mood swings, menstrual syndrome. Side effects. Do not use while pregnant or if you have an acute viral infection. If taken over a long period of time, it may stimulate bleeding, so it is suggested to discontinue use during the monthly cycle. Has reportedly lowered blood pressure in some people. Elderflower. Native Americans frequently use elderflowers as both a laxative and a diuretic, as it stimulates the bowels and kidneys. Young leaves are used for stomach irritation, and plant berries and syrup are worked into an excellent treatment for cold and fever. Elderberry flowers were also used to treat bronchitis and throat inflammation, and also a bath to relieve rheumatic symptoms. Drinking the infusion was used for menstrual cramps, snake bites, and headaches. Elderberry juice also treated swollen, puffy eyes, and ointments that contained the flowers treated large wounds. Elderberry water flower was used for skin burns, and a cleanser and stew from the inner bark of the tree was used for severe cases. Medicinal uses. Elderflower is commonly used to treat colds, the flu, and sinus infection. It is also a diuretic that can relieve constipation. Elderflower is also an immune system booster with antiviral, antibiotic properties. It can be used as a pain reliever and to reduce swelling and arthritic joints. Elderflower works like insulin and reduces blood sugar levels. Side effects. Do not take in excess because there have been reports of gastrointestinal disturbances such as nausea and diarrhea. Avoid using prior to and immediately following surgery. Cook berries before use and avoid other parts of the elder plant due to toxicity. Eucalyptus leaf. History. This plant has been used to clean temples and homes for centuries, as its bright scent energizes rooms and places in herbal formulas. It cleans the body of illness. Aborigines taught the white settlers of Australia about eucalyptus and its many uses. Australians use it to treat respiratory conditions such as asthma, bronchitis, coughs, and the flu. Eucalyptus is leading herb to treat fever and skin conditions, and the trees have been used for everything from paper products to fighting malaria. Eucalyptus leaf is an immune system booster and an anxiety reliever that also promotes healthy skin. Best known as a cold remedy, it clears nasal passages and opens the lungs. Eucalyptus oil is also good pain relief for sore muscles and arthritis. This herb is great for internal use for cataract, the respiratory tract, and for external use for rheumatic irritation. Undiluted eucalyptus oil should not be directly applied to the face, especially in the nose or vents in young children. Avoid use in infants. Undiluted eucalyptus oil is toxic, taken internally. Eyebright powder. Eyebright has been known to clear eye problems when used as an eye wash or through an infusion or capsule form. In Scotland, it is used in milk and applied to eyelids to soothe tired or sore eyes, and to England, dried eyebright powder is added to tobacco and smoke to ease chronic bronchial inflammation. Eyebright infusions may be drunk as needed to alleviate general allergy symptoms, dry cough, sinus infections, and to enhance memory function. Medicinal uses. Eyebright powder is one of the few herbs with a self-explanatory name. Used as a remedy for conjunctivitis and bloodshot and strained eyes, the herb is an effective antibiotic and antiviral. It can also be used for less commonly experienced eye problems, including ophthalmia, blepharitis, conjunctivitis, cataracts, and styes. No known serious side effects, but beware of prepared infusions that might not be sterile. Frankincense. Frankincense is one of the most well-known herbs from ancient times. It was one of the gifts of the wise men brought to the manger of the baby Jesus. Popular in religious ceremonies, the Egyptians in particular used it in burial rituals as an embalming fluid. Its medicinal uses have including ulcers, hypertension, nausea, fever, indigestion, chest coughs, and post-childbirth recovery. Frankincense is also a popular ingredient in beauty products for rejuvenating effects. The smoke from burning frankincense also repels insects and mosquitoes, which combats malaria. Medicinal usage. Frankincense is a powder used to relieve joint pain and inflammation caused by arthritis. Teeth and gums almost benefit from frankincense. With its few side effects and potent anti-inflammatory properties, it can be taken for long-term for chronic pain, high blood pressure, heart disease, or gastritis. Side effects. There are no known side effects. Golden seal. Golden seal leaf is very popular among Native Americans. The Cherokees used the leaf to treat cancer, fatigue, indigestion, and as an appetite stimulant and tonic to cleanse the skin. Combined with bear grease, it became an insect repellent. The Iroquois used a decoction of roots to treat whooping cough, diarrhea, liver complication, fever, upset stomach, gas, nausea, earaches, and to wash sore eyes. The Catawbas boiled the roots for jaundice, ulcerated stomach, colds, and sore mouth. Native Americans also utilized the yellow roots to produce dyes. Medicinal uses. Golden seal fights respiratory infections and common colds. It is also a popular choice as a topical antibiotic for skin infections, cuts, and eye infections. Golden seal is widely used in many herbal salves and ointments as a disinfectant, antibacterial, antiviral, a bitter herb that stimulates bile. It can improve digestive problems and combat diarrhea and intestinal parasites. As a tonic, it can also treat constipation, and powdered golden seal, when combined with aromatic, can treat nausea and vomiting. Side effects. Golden seal is not for long-term use and should not be used by pregnant or lactating women. Avoid if you have high blood pressure, may cause stomach irritation, so avoid taking the herb in tincture form if you have diarrhea or chronic heartburn. Hawthorn. In traditional Chinese medicine, hawthorn berries were given daily to children to stimulate their appetite. The berries were always used to aid in digestion, regulate blood flow, such as absent administration from blood stagnation, hypertension, and abdominal pains. To treat hypertension, it is recommended to drink a hot herbal infusion daily. Native Americans would gather hawthorn berries and freeze them for consumption during the winter. Although this herb is high in sugar, low in fats and protein, it can be used for kidney and bladder issues. Hawthorn is mainly known as a diuretic, astringent, and as a tonic. This herb treats heart conditions such as congestive heart failure, chest pain, and irregular heartbeats. It is one of the most effective and safest heart tonics, useful for insomnia as a digestive aid and a cure for sore throat. Side effects. There are none. The herb is safe and is considered a medicinal food. Horehound. Native Americans turned this herb into a warm cough syrup. Served it cold, it works as a tonic or purgative. Heated horehound stimulates urine and promotes respiration. Horehound was believed to be sacred to the Egyptian god Horus, and that these had the power to prevent chaos and keep the mind clear. When healing someone from their ailments, hands were washed with horehound infusion. The Egyptians also used it for fever, coughs, colds, liver complications, or a remedy to digestive strain. Medicinal usage: horehound stimulates digestion, stabilizes the heartbeat, eases bloating and gas, and is both a potent pain reliever and a nervous system stimulant. It acts as a gentle laxative and treats lung issues and coughs, asthma, severe colds, and in some cases of consumption. Side effects: this should not be used by pregnant women, nursing mothers, very young children, or the elderly. Lavender flower. Lavender is believed to be restorative to the whole body. The healing fragrance of lavender is a natural mood lifter. Native Americans believed that lavender was a calming force on the nerves. People from many cultures all over the world add lavender to their milk, water baths, wine, baked goods. Incorporation of lavender was believed to be useful for sickness, colds, mental illness, depression, moodiness, eyesight, stomach ailments, nerves, melancholy, female infertility, palsy, memory loss, and much more. Medicinal usage: the essential oil is known for its restorative qualities that prevents dizziness, palpitations, fatigue, spasms, and colics. It is great scent that motivates the appetite, raises the spirits, controls gas. It relieves toothaches, neuralgia, sprains, rheumatism in case of mental depression and delusions. Lavender stimulates paralyzed limbs, cures sprains, stiff joints, treats sores, varicose ulcers, burns, and relieves local pains. Lavender oil is used to kill lice and other parasites on animals. Beware of usage on pets. The volatile oils in lavender can be very harsh on the liver and kidney of cats, so no internal use of the herb is suggested for animal friends. Lovage root. History: lovage is native to Western Asia and Southern Europe. The love is derived from its use in love potions and as an aphrodisiac. In Chinese medicine, lovage is used to detoxify the body, increase blood flow to the heart, treat headaches, sore throats, backaches, spasms, stiffness, arthritis, and premenstrual syndrome. An infusion of lovage was made to rinse red, itchy eyes and take a bath in the infusion. Served as a stress reliever, recent research studies have shown that lovage contains oil that inhibit the cancer growth. The ancient Romans and Greeks chewed the lovage seed to aid in digestion and turned the stems into a candy. Lovage roots are aromatic and work as a diuretic and cure phlegm and include use for disorders of the stomach, feverish attacks, colic and flatulence in children, exciting perspiration, and opening obstructions. Raw leaves are good anagogic. Love root fights indigestion, heart disease, and reduces swelling and irritations. Photosensitivity is only side effect from excessive use. The root contains furanculins. Mugwort, Latin name Artemisia vulgaris. Mugwort is viewed as a symbol of health and hope, and said to stimulate dreams and visions. Because it is very effective insect repellent, Native Americans believed it made bad spirits sick, repelling them whenever it was burned. Mugwort was used to counteract the poison from ingesting poisonous mushrooms and or henbane. Mugwort root tinctures have been used to treat catalepsy, chorea, convulsions, insomnia, hydrocephalus, hysteria, worms, somnambulism. Medicine women in Russia use mugwort for labor pains, amenorrhea, dysmenorrhea, cramps, colds, kidney, bladder, and gallbladder stones. Native Americans use mugwort leaves for colds, colic, bronchitis, and fever. Medicinal uses: Mugwort helps to restore a woman's natural cycle. It serves as an excellent digestive stimulant and is quite effective when taken before or after heavy meals to alleviate gas, and bloating. This herb is very useful for calming frayed nerves, anxiety, and easing stress. It uses a tonic for booster for energy and treats sciatica or muscular stiffness and stomach pains such as cramps, colic, and constipation. Mugwort can treat tubular lungs, stimulate the liver, and activate the digestive process. Side effects: non-toxic, but as with all herbs with emmenagogic properties, avoid in early pregnancy, not for long-term use. Avoid large doses. Mullein leaf. This herb has been used for centuries as a remedy for common sicknesses, including sore throats, asthmas, and also soothe and soften inflamed tissues and skin. In cases of bowel and bladder infections and inflammation, the herb is taken cold. Mullein seeds greatly easing pain, decreasing swelling and tumors, and healing wounds. Mullein leaves and cherry bark can be made into a syrup as a restorative after treatment. Medicinal uses: mullein is excellent for ear infections, wounds, hemorrhoids, colds, and flus, asthma, diarrhea, gastrointestinal bleeding, and migraines. It has also been known to treat gout, tuberculosis, sore throat, cough, bronchitis, sinus ailments. This herb is great for combating inflammation and many upper airway infections and ailments. Mullein is a traditional smoking herb, so it could be used as a tobacco substitute to aid smokers with quitting. Side effects: when using the seed, due to its high toxicity from high concentration of rotenone, skin irritation may develop when used in excess. Nettle. There are many uses for nettle in Native American medicine. Leaves were placed on the roof of the mouth to cure a nosebleed, and it was combined with other herbs to successfully stop diarrhea. Consumed in juice or syrup from this herb is used to stop hemorrhaging of the bowels, kidneys, or lungs. Along with the treatment of stones, the liquid was made from the young nettle leaves to cleanse the blood, and Native Americans restored the circulation to paralyzed limb by stinging them with the nettles. If one suffered from rheumatic pains, they would bathe the nettle, and a hot poultice was made on the affected area. In the instance of an infected wound, boiled nettle was used as an antiseptic to cleanse, and nettle was used as a poultice to heal the wound. Medicinal uses: nettle is an astringent and acts as a stimulant tonic. As an anti-asthmatic, it relieves bronchial and asthmatic troubles. The powdered seeds are a cure for enlarged thyroid and also promote weight loss. It is also used as an antihistamine or decongestant and used for treating ailments in the lungs, bladder, mouth, and kidneys. Nettle is a well-known broad-spectrum health tonic that contains iron and many other natural elements. Nettle promotes the production of new blood cells to counteract anemia and is safe to take indefinitely. It is useful for treating osteoporosis and bone loss since it is packed with calcium and boron, both of which are important for bone health. Nettle helps testosterone circulating freely and is effective in the treatment of enlarged prostate and male pattern baldness. The stinging of nettle can cause a rash in some people, but the juice of nettle can provide relief of its sting. Rubbing leaves of rosemary, mint, or sage can also relieve it. Peppermint leaf. In Native American medicine, peppermint was considered gentle enough to treat abdominal complication and cramps in children. Peppermint tea was given to people of all ages because of its soothing qualities. Peppermint oil can be used to repel mosquitoes, stop muscle spasms, and is effective in treating herpes simplex and irritated bowels. In Chinese medicine, peppermint treats liver stagnation, depression, pains, and irregular menstruation. Peppermint was also used to soothe the digestive tract and reduce the severity of stomach aches. Peppermint reduces the growth of viruses, bacteria, and fungi, treats allergies, and prevents the formation in lungs, colon, and skin. The oil is often found in soaps, perfumes, lotion, hair products, mouthwashes, toothpaste, food seasoning, and detergents. Medicinal usage. Peppermint is a famous remedy for cough, cold, sinus infections, and respiratory conditions. It can serve as a pain reliever, and stimulating stomach and carminative properties are valuable for indigestion, flatulence, and colic. It is employed for sudden pains and cramps in the abdomen, cholera, diarrhea, and prevents crypting. The oil reduces sickness and nausea, disguises the taste of drugs, and raises internal heat to induce perspiration. It's great for curing mild cases of flu and useful to regulate heartbeat, and is very useful for hysteria and nervous disorder. Side effects: peppermint oil can cause skin irritation if not properly diluted. Rosemary leaf. Native Americans use rosemary for culinary and medicinal purposes. Rosemary is used to improve memory or relieve pains and spasms, to stimulate growth, and support the circulatory nervous system. It increases menstrual flow, treats indigestion, improves immune system functions and response. Has an anti-cancer properties and treats liver conditions and viruses. Arabs use rosemary to improve brain function, memory and focus. Tea helps digestion, memory, colds, fluid detoxification, and improving circulation. Since rosemary is very beneficial to hair and skin and nails, it promotes healthy hair growth, reduces hair loss, and darkens gray hair. Rosemary stimulates circulation, antiseptic, disinfectant qualities, and improves oxygenation to the brain. Rosemary leaf is great for respiratory ailments due to its natural antibiotic property for colds, influenza, sinusitis, pharyngitis, from bronchitis, and swine flu. Rosemary is also wonderful to take after a meal because it aids in digestion. It relieves symptoms of heartburn, gastritis, bloating, flatulence, hiatus, hernia. Rosemary cures dizziness, jaundice, liver failure, gallstones, kidney stones, headaches, backaches, and irregular lack of menstrual. Rosemary also contains high concentration of iron, which helps people overcome iron deficiency and anemia. It is a natural relaxant which aids in pain and stress relief. This herb is great for brittle nails, alopecia, and treating chronic hair loss, and is effective against cavities. Alzheimer's patients benefit from adding rosemary to their diet because it attacks the free radicals that inflict acetylcholine in the brain and stimulates the central nervous system, circulatory system. Side effects: do not use in excessive dosages. Avoid in cases of epilepsy. Sage white. There are over 500 varieties of sage, but the many Native Americans consider the white sage sacred. White sage is in support of a sacred ceremony, especially the Sundance. It is the incense of the 7 sacred rituals. The white sage is used as an incense to clean objects, people, and places of negative energy spirits. And bless the area. This sage is burning called smudging and is performed before ceremonies or healing to prevent negative spirits from hindering the process of harmony and healing. Sage guarantees that all parties are ending with good, clear hearts. Sage tea is used to improve the whole body wellness and calmness. While chewing the leaves is a natural breath freshener. Medicinal uses: sage is excellent for the treatment of bruises, skin sores, and cuts, and mouth irritations. It is useful for healing cold sores, sore mouth, gum disease, clogged nasal passages. Sage decreases swelling, salivation, and mucus secretion in the lungs, throat, and sinuses. When served cold, it is a stomach tonic. When warmed, it is a treatment for sore throat, pharyngitis, influenza, pneumonia, and wheezing. Sage tea is also used in many cultures as a treatment for fever. Sage, both a tea or rub down, reduces fever. This herb is an amigagic. It effectively lowers the blood sugar and is beneficial for diabetes. It is also used for digestive issues, menstrual pains, athlete foot, excessive sweating. Side effects: present only with overdose, more than 50 grams, or prolonged overuse. The undiluted oil can cause skin irritation and should never be taken internally. Sea buckthorn. Sea buckthorn berries are packed with essential vitamins and antioxidants and fatty acids. It is the most potent source of omega-7, a building block for the healthy skin. Sea buckthorn berries can soothe burns from the sun, heat, or chemicals, reduce acne, rosacea, and eczema. Sea buckthorn berries moisturize the skin, reducing wrinkles and roughness, and the oils benefits damaged hair, skin, and nails. The many essential fatty acids and carotenes moisturizing the scalp and leave the hair shiny, while the vitamins and minerals moisturize, smooth, and strengthen the nails. Medicinal uses. Sea buckthorn oil diluted is used for many skin disorders and can be applied directly on the skin for regeneration after injuries, burns, and wounds. Sun damage. This uses of oil prevents plaque formation in conditions like psoriasis and eczema. It is also known for its ability to combat wrinkles, acute dryness, and other symptoms of prematurely aging skin. It is full of lots of fatty acids, which is beneficial for the circulatory system. Sea buckthorn oil is undiluted and concentrated, will stain skin surfaces and clothing. Use both a portion, spread evenly, and dilute, and use at room temperature. Do not consume while pregnant or consume in excess. Skullcap. This herb is said to encourage love and fidelity in marriage and union by bringing understanding, commitment, and peace to a relationship. This herb will bring opposites into balance, enabling problem solving and partnership in marriage. Among the Cherokee and other Native American tribes, it is used as a ceremonial plant to introduce young girls into womanhood. Medicinal uses. Skullcap has been known to relieve colds, fever, high blood pressure, digestive problems, and insomnia. It is an effective nerve tonic, sedative, and calms the nerves of those trying to quit smoking. The most common use include the nervous system tension, anxiety, and nerve pain. Women who are having anxiety associated with hormone imbalances use skullcap for its calming properties. Skullcap treats the symptoms of irritability, headache, and inflammation of the urinary tract, exhaustion, mental disorders, and neuralgia. It is used as a natural tranquilizer to treat stress, anxiety, in the nervous system. Avoid if pregnant. It induces labor. Safe and normal amounts. Overdose can cause confusion and dizziness and possible seizures. Ovirus. History. Native Americans have used uva ursi for centuries for bladder and kidney problems, urinary tract problems and infections, menstrual irregularities, cystis, bloating, prostrate, inflammation, diarrhea, hemorrhoids. It restores, remove toxin from the spleen, pancreas, small intestines, and stomach. Uva ursi treats cuts, colds, sores, herpes breakout, and yeast infections. It increases renal circulations and stimulates tubular function and is a urinary tract antiseptic and diuretic. Medicinal usage. Uva ursi specializes in curing infections and inflammation of the urinary tract. Uva ursi contains an assortment of chemical compounds that are active against many of the pathogens commonly found in urinary tract infections. Excellent for use in diseases of the bladder and kidney since it strengthens and imparts warm tone to the urinary passage. It is a general tonic for weakened kidneys, liver, or pancreas. Uva ursi is great for use in inflammatory disease of the urinary tract, urethritis, nephritis, kidney stones, and chronic cystitis. Side effects. The high tannin levels can contribute to nausea and vomiting if you're sensitive. Uva ursi is a strong herb that can be reserved for quick intervention and not taken for an extended period of time. Medications containing Arbutin should not be taken for longer than a week or more than 5 times a year, not for use by children or those with kidney problems. Valerian root. Valerian has been used by Native Americans as a stimulant, tonic, purgative, and sedative, and is used to treat nervines, palpitations, hysteria. Valerian leaves are very useful in healing wounds. Valerian root sedative effects treat insomnia, asthma, anxiety, migraine, psychological stress, muscle and joint pain, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, chronic fatigue syndrome. Valerian root eases the pain of menstrual cramps and symptoms associated with menopause. Valerian is not addictive and can be combined with other common herbs such as lemon balm, chamomile. Usage. Valerian quiets and soothes the brain nervous system and influences the cerebrospinal system, and is used to sedate higher nerve centers during hypochondriasis, neuralgic pains, epilepsy, and for those suffering from nervous overstrain. This herb is a remedy for cholera and is used for sleep disorders including insomnia. It promotes circulation by slowing the heart and increasing its force. Valerian can be used in the treatment of cardiac palpitations. Side effects generally considered safe, but large amounts can cause an upset stomach. Valerian acts as a stimulant, so be aware of this effect. Witch hazel. Native Americans used the shrub for the same kind of skin afflictions we do today, which makes it as common an item in today's medicine cabinet as it was in our grandmothers. The Iroquois Indians made a tea-like beverage from the dried leaves of hazelnut sweetened with maple sugar. Unsweetened was used as a remedy for diarrhea and dysentery and gargle for sore throats. The moistened leaves were used for poultices and sprains and bruises. Witch hazel is believed to release a person from any karma from their past life that is affecting their current life. Medicinal uses. Witch hazel is commonly used for abrasions, burns, scalds, insect bites, and other inflammatory conditions of the skin. It will slow inflammation and reduce irritation of the skin. Native Americans use this herb as a poultice for pain, for swelling, and tumors. The tea witch hazel leaves or bark is good for stopping the hemorrhaging of any internal organs, including but not limited to the lungs, nose, stomach, and for irritable bowels in the treatment of varicose vein. A pad with witch hazel can be applied to a burst varicose vein will stop the bleeding instantly. In case of both acne and insect bites, a pad moistened with extract applied to the spot will cause pain and swelling to subside. Side effects is excessive consumption and usage is not recommended. Wormwood. Wormwood was used externally by the Native Americans to expel worms from the body and was taken as a tea or a tonic. A combination of wormwood and vervain was believed to be the most powerful infusion to expel worms. During childbirth, a mixture of water and powdered leaves of wormwood was taken by the mother again afterwards to expel the afterbirth from her body. It was commonly used for diarrhea, indigestion, stomach pain, scurvy, liver obstruction, jaundice. Native Americans knew this herb to be very powerful stimulant to the brain and nervous centers. Wormwood is a digestive aid that can be used for alleviating fever, reducing inflammation, expelling parasitic worms, and tonic effect. This is particularly helpful against flatulence, weak digestion, debility. Small doses of tea before meals can stimulate digestion and prevent heartburn and gas. Evening boost energy. Wormwood, as per its name, is a powerful deworming agent that expels tapeworm, threadworm, roundworms from dogs and cats. Side effects do not exceed recommended doses. Excessive consumption can be toxic, not for long-term use. Pregnant women should not use it and cause uterine contractions. Yarrow flower. Native Americans used to eat young leaves of the yarrow as a salad. They made yarrow oil to use for their hair. In alopecia, they use yarrow leaves to cool down the skin during fever and sickness that raises the body's temperature. The crushed leaves were then applied to fresh wounds to encourage healing. The actual root of the yarrow was used as a local anesthetic during the treatment of infected wounds. Medicinal usage. Yarrow is commonly used for children's fever, muscle, diarrhea, stomach cramps, and many other stomach ailments. Yarrow has an inflammatory properties and can be used as septic to stop bleeding. The tea is a good remedy for severe colds, and the herb is great for blood purification. It helps relax blood vessels and is helpful in cases of blocked perspiration because it opens up pores. Yarrow disinfects cuts and scrapes, and drinking can help slow heavy menstrual bleeding. Yarrow is a remedy for baldness, and then using it as a hair rinse will help prevent hair loss. Avoid during pregnancy and cause all allergic skin reactions on sensitive skin. Moderation is important due to retinol content, which is toxic for an extended period of time. Common essential oils and their usage. Essential oils. Humans have used essential oils for centuries for benefits from ranging from cosmetic to medicinal, but what is an essential oil? An essential oil is a concentrated hydrophobic liquid containing volatile aroma compounds from plants. They give certain plants their distinctive smells, Essential oils protect plants and play a role in plant pollination. If you've ever enjoyed the scent of a rose or a bunch of lavender, you've found joy in the benefits of essential oils. Essential oils can do wonders for good preparation, for food preparation, beauty enhancement, and general well-being. You will find included in the pages that follow some of the most commonly used essential oils that you can incorporate into your life. Carrot seed oil. The name is derived from the Greek karotos and had great medicinal value in ancient times, especially for its carminative properties. In traditional Chinese medicine, it is used to treat dysentery and to expel worms. It is beneficial in treatment of premenstrual tension with its relaxing qualities. Carrot oil has been used as a natural tanning agent and skin tone to protect against aging and wrinkled skin. It also helps with skin problems including eczema, psoriasis, and rashes. Non-toxic, non-irritating, and non-sensitizing. Chamomile oil. This herb has been used for medicinal purpose in skin therapy for a very long time, particularly in Europe. In ancient Egypt, chamomile was used for fevers. It relaxes the mind and the body and reduces anxiety to promote good night's sleep. For children, it is used to combat teething, stress, overactive behavior, and colic. Chamomile soothes the spirit, encourages gentle feelings, believed to attract love and prosperity. Side effects: no known toxicity. When well diluted, high doses may trigger skin reactions in sensitive people. Clary sage oil. The name clary sage is derived from the Latin word for clear, probably because the herb was once used for clearing mucus from the eyes. During the 16th century, it was also used in England for brewing beer as a replacement for hops. Clary sage oil is extremely relaxing, sensual, revitalizing, and rejuvenating to both body and mind. In Chinese medicine, it is used to strengthen and circulate the vital force of the body known as qi. It has been known by Native Americans to aid in cleansing the eyes and brightening the vision. Clary sage is non-toxic and non-sensitizing. It is not to be used during pregnancy. Coconut oil. In northern India, coconuts were valued as fertility symbols. In Zanzibar, the natives used twisted cords made from coconut husk to stick together the hulls of boat to sail the Indian Ocean. Coconut oil is used to kill viruses that cause influenza, herpes, measles, hepatitis C, SARS, AIDS, and other illnesses. It kills bacteria that causes also throat infections and urinary tract infections, gum disease, cavities, pneumonia, and gonorrhea, and other diseases. Side effects: direct application to the face should be avoided because of possible allergic reactions. Eucalyptus oil. The three Aborigines, the native people in Australia, taught the white settlers about eucalyptus oils and its many uses. It has been distilled since 1788 and has only been a common home remedy in Australia. It was prescribed for all respiratory system conditions such as asthma, bronchitis, colds, and flu. There are many remedies that use both the leaves and oils for relief of respiratory ailments, feverish conditions, as well for skin problems such as burns, ulcers, and wounds. Eucalyptus oil is extremely concentrated, and contact should be avoided with the following: eyes, mucous membranes, lips, tongue, polish, furniture, some plastic surfaces. Materials such as suede, denim, silk, and non-color fast materials should always be patch tested before using. Avoid while pregnant and with homeopathics may cause skin irritation. Evening primrose oil. The Lakota Indians used the seed as their aromatic, and erpol is combined with herbs to counteract laziness. The Cherokees made a tea of this plant to drink for obesity. No Ojibwe soaked the whole plant and applied it to bruises. It has been since spread all over the world, and China has become a major exporter of evening primrose. Side effects: bloating or abdominal upset may occur from excessive internal use of evening primrose oil. Frankincense oil. Frankincense has a strong and long history as incense. It was burned by the Egyptians and used in many religious ceremonies. Traditionally, it has been used for skin ailments and as a black eyeliner when ground to powder called kohl. By the Egyptians, it is used in rejuvenating face masks, cosmetics to embalm corpses. Frankincense sometimes made into a paste with other ingredients and oils to perfume the hands. Middle Eastern countries use oil for its perfumery and medicinal properties. As with essential oils, never use them on the lid or on eyes or on mucous membranes. Do not take internally unless working with a qualified expert practitioner. Keep away from children. If applying essential oil to your skin, always perform a small patch test to an insensitive part of the body after you have properly diluted the oil in an appropriate carrier oil. Geranium oil. Geranium's history in South America, Madagascar, Egypt, and Morocco. It was introduced to European countries, including Spain and France, in the 17th century. In earlier times, geranium were planted around the house to help keep evil spirits at bay. Medicinal usage. Wild geranium has been used medicinally throughout history by Native Americans to make a tea, treat diarrhea, sore throat, thrush, and mouth ulcers. The roots were steeped in hot water to help with inflamed gums and teeth and applied to the wound to stop the bleeding. Non-toxic, non-irritant, and generally non-sensitive, though it can cause sensitivity in some people due to the fact that it balances the hormonal system, should be avoided during pregnancy. Grapefruit oil. I just believe that grapefruit originated in the West Indies, possibly in modern-day Barbados or Jamaica, and was thought to be a mutation developed from pomelo tree. The difference between the white and pink grapefruit are minor. Pink grapefruit is produced more often because it is sweeter than the white variety. The juice from the grapefruit has been used to remove uric acid from the body. The seeds of the fruit produce a darker, more bitter oil known as grapefruit seed oil and is used in cooking. Side effects non-declared, though in rare cases it may cause photosensitivity. Lavender oil. Lavender oil is commonly used for headaches, loss of consciousness, cramps, relaxation. It also has an anti-venom properties. The oil is popular in perfumes, soaps, lotions, detergent, sprays, wines, and hair products. Most notably for hair growth, lavender is known to ease spasms, relieve stress, anxiety, and fatigue. It aids digestion and eases nausea, and also open up breathing pathways. Side effects: non-toxic, non-irritant, non-sensitizing. Lemongrass oil. Traditional Indian medicine has lemongrass oil to treat infections, headaches, joint aches, and fever. Lemongrasses aid to digestion, regulate the menstrual cycle, reduce fevers, urinary tract infection, to repel mosquitoes, and a flavoring agent for taste and scent. Avoiding glaucoma with children. Use caution in prosthetic hyplasia and with skin hypersensitivity or damaged skin. Oregano oil. Oregano oil is known to be one of the most antiseptic of all the essential oils and is great for destroying bacteria, infections, and fungi. Researchers at George Washington University proved that oregano oil will completely destroy yeast and petri dishes. Oregano oil has been used to treat wounds, sore and aching muscles, poison, spice, aids indigestion. Research has shown that oregano oil can be used in treating strep infections, colitis, tumors, yeast infection, parasites, ulcers, and Alzheimer's disease, and may cause skin irritation for people with dry or sensitive skin. Avoid while pregnant. Rosemary oil. In 1330, rosemary was one of the first essential oils to be distilled and has been used in cosmetics, soaps, and perfumes, deodorants, incense, lotions, hair products, and seasonings ever since. Arabians used rosemary to improve brain function, memory, and focus. The tea helps digestion, memory, colds, food detoxification, and improving circulation. Rosemary is very beneficial to hair, skin, and nails, promoting health, growth, and restoration. Side effects: avoid in epilepsy, hypertension, and while pregnant, avoid with homeopathic medicines. Sandalwood oil. In India, sandalwood was used for many purposes in medicines, perfumes, cosmetics, as incense to make furniture, cane caskets, and temples. They built temples with the sandalwood for its insect-repelling properties and lovely fragrance. In China, the oil is used during ceremonies and religious rituals are sacred blessing oil. Side effects: keep out of your eyes, ears, or nose. Sesame oil, botanical name Sensimum indicum. History: sesame seeds were one of the first crops processed for oil as well as the earliest condiments. Sesame originated and was cultivated in the Indus Valley civilization and was the main oil crop. In China, sesame seeds are consumed daily, and the oil is incorporated into skincare products for its anti-aging properties. Chinese medicine promotes the sesame seed tea to help nursing mothers produce more milk. The Chinese also use it to improve eyesight, as eye wash, to aid digestion, as hair dye, and to relieve toothaches and swollen gums, sores, hemorrhoids, and promote hair growth. Side effects: sesame oil has laxative properties, thus it should not be used in cases of diarrhea. Sweet basil oil, botanical name Betula lenta, other names great basil. History: basil has many aromatic properties and is often consumed daily for its memory improving properties. The tea is used for insect stings, inflammation, cold and flu, bladder inconsistency, painful joints, menstruation, bladder, urine, and liver disorders. This oil is also known as an insect repellent and disinfectant. Side effects: epileptic should avoid, as should pregnant women, may cause skin irritation. Tea tree oil. Aboriginal people of Australia were first known people to use tea tree oil. Soldiers and sailors were issued tea tree oil in their kits to treat topical and tropical infections and infected wounds. Tea tree is known to relieve pain, loosen muscles, uplift moods, improve mental clarity, open up breathing passages, and improve digestion. Side effects: tea tree essential oil may cause dermosensitization, and some people do not take internally. Thyme oil, botanical name Thymus vulgaris. History: thyme was by the ancient Greeks, Egyptians, and Romans in herbal medicine. The Greeks burned it as an incense in their temples, and ancient Egyptians used it in embalming. The tea is used to clear the sinuses, chest congestion, improve digestion, rubbed into the scalp for dandruff, and used to increase circulation. The oil is used to make perfumes, cosmetics, flavor food. Side effects: avoid during pregnancy or if a history of high blood pressure exists. Red thyme contains a high amount of toxic phenols, carvacrol, and thymol. They can irritate mucous membranes, cause skin irritation, and skin sensitization. Wintergreen oil. History: wintergreen's main ingredients work as a pain reliever. Wintergreen is a traditional Native American remedy used for aches, nerve, and muscle pains, cold stomach issues, headaches, and to improve breathing while hunting or carrying heavy loads. Side effects: wintergreen is not recommended for pregnant women, small children, anyone with a history of seizure, or anyone with aspirin sensitivities. Lang Lang oil. History: in Indonesia, the Lang Lang flower petals are strewn upon the bed of newlywed couples. Lang Lang was a popular ingredient of hair preparations in Europe, and it was combined with coconut oil called Macassar oil. Lang Lang promotes a good night's sleep, relaxation, mood lifting, relieves muscle tightness and pain. This oil is a well-known hair and skin rejuvenator. It promotes healthy hair growth and is sweet, calming aroma. Side effects: Lang Lang can cause sensitivity on some people, and excessive use may lead to headaches and nausea. History of herbal medicine, Part 3.